Yeah, we're not going to be able to do Facebook. We're having some technical difficulties.
Okay.
Start video. Can't I do it from here then?
No? Does it say Facebook? No. Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Let's see, we have more people coming in. Let me admit Renelle and
Shut the
Pat.
computer.
And so did everybody get their text reminder? Our first text reminders, the new
Yeah.
era for 2021? Woohoo!
And if you haven't, why don't you explain what
If you
did?
haven't, that's because you didn't register. And it's really simple.
I'll put it in the chat.
It's really simple. You just, you text to 9,600. So in the two, you put 96,000, excuse me, not 9,600, 96,000, 3 zeros. And then down in the message, just put live younger and you magically be enrolled in our texting program and you get a
Awesome.
1 hour notice. We decided, we had a discussion yesterday with our director's call that we'd be sending the notices out an hour before each of the calls. So this way you get sufficient notice. If you want to share it with other people, you can. So anyway, it's working. So, and you'll get another one tomorrow morning if you're registered for our first 30 Minutes of Wisdom that Robin's doing with Andrea Walsh, the author, co-author of the book Go for No. And it's a really, really good training for,
Everybody.
custom tailored for people in our profession. So I encourage everyone, and that'll all of the Friday mornings, not every other, the second and fourth Friday of every month, Robin's going to be doing a 30-minute of wisdom interview with an author, teacher, trainer, thought leader, inspiration, because as Jim Rohn says, you should work twice as hard on yourself as you do on your business, because you are your business, right? So this is going to be kind of the personal development side of our Live Younger community, programs. And I'm very excited about that. And we'll start a new section in the YouTube channel. So they'll all be there for permanent archives, as long as we don't get banned from Facebook for saying from YouTube for saying something wrong. So this morning, for those of you that are new, we got some new folks with us.
It won't let me in.
Yeah, we got somebody chatting in the background there.
A little person.
Yeah, we love little people.
I'm trying to get you on mute and I can't. I'm not having any luck doing this on my phone. Sorry.
Oh,
We can mute you.
I'll go ahead and do that.
Mute.
There you go. You're muted and you can unmute. We love little people. We all started that way, right?
Yeah.
And some of us still act like that. That's right. So, every Monday morning we do product chat, and on Thursday we do a business chat. And I thought today's subject would be nice because we're kind of rolling out this new daily method of operation. And if you haven't seen it yet, Jim Caldwell and Emily just did a spectacular in-touch training. I guess they did it yesterday because I saw it this morning. It popped up on the new corporate business builder Facebook page. What's the actual name of that? Because anybody?
It's Lifeway Business Builders.
Lifeway Business Builders. And Jim did a spectacular training. He is so articulate and so clear on telling people exactly how to do it. It scrolls to the left, it goes up and down. And he did just a fabulous training. So I encourage everyone to avail themselves of it and push it out to your teams, because, I came up with the analogy yesterday. If we, guns, okay, and guns maybe not a good analogy for everybody, but guns are just a metaphor of, that is our gun and the ammo is the videos. And before we had to chuck the videos one at a time, and now we have this laser guided missile that we can target into our prospects. So it's really,
Let's come up with something that's not.
well, this is a guy thing.
I love to use
That's
those,
right.
those metaphors.
Yeah, but anyway, it's such a powerful tool. And Jim did a really powerful training on it. So I really encourage everyone to avail themselves of it. if we could get everybody just using InTouch every day, everybody's going to make tons of money and change thousands of lives. There's no question in my mind. The problem is getting people to use the two tools. We got InTouch, the videos that go through InTouch, and we have our sample program. So I thought this morning it might be, fun to talk about results people are starting to have with our daily method of operation that I've kind of been preaching to you all about, for several weeks now. It's really simple. And, whether you do it 1 a day, 2 a day, or 3 a day, but the key is how many new people can you get to watch a video each day? And if everybody committed to just get one person a day to watch a video, and then, every day you get a new one. So after 5 days, you got 5 people in the queue. So, they're used to, your business would just grow and go. So I just like to open it up for any feedback, results that you're getting with the videos, with the sample cards, with our daily method of operation, or any questions or challenges anybody might have about that. So that's kind of kicking off our subject matter for today.
I did see the video yesterday. I think I saw it live even
Oh.
as they were doing it yesterday.
Oh,
And
nice.
it was very, very, very good. So I've been using it since I learned that you can put notes in there and you can do a lot of stuff with it. I've been using it a lot more. And in the last week, I've signed up 2 preferred customers. So I'm
Woohoo!
excited that it's starting to work for me.
That's
Thank
so
you.
awesome. Thanks, Teresa. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Who else?
I've had problems just even trying to put a different name in the email that's sent via the InTouch. I can't, because I'd like to add something to the message that I send, and I can't. I've been unable to make any changes. So
Let me
I
address
don't know
that.
how to. I've tried following the tutorial, and I'm missing something. So if anybody can
Yeah,
give
let
me
me address that. You're not the only one, Kira, that has had that challenge.
good,
because
thank you.
What happens is the email or the message shows up,
Mhm,
but it's not changeable
right.
until you go 2 steps further down the road. And then when it finally shows up, actually, as it will look as a text on your phone,
At the very end.
at the very end, the last step is where it's modifiable.
I've had it send before I get to a point where it looks like I can change it. And so I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, it's when you're at that last screen where you have the option to send is when you have the option to change it. And I'd invite you to watch that training that Jim did yesterday, because he went through that very specifically and he
Okay,
showed the screenshots.
Good, thank you. Thank you.
If you have any
I
problem
will-
after that, let us know. We're happy to, work with you on that.
And
Thank
practice
you.
with one of your
Gregory,
teammates.
where is the training that Jim did yesterday? Where can we find that?
It's on the corporate Facebook group, LifeWave Business Builders. If you're
LifeWave's Business Builders. Thanks,
If
Stacy.
you're not watching that one, I mean, they have contests, they're giving things away. They're doing all kinds of things. Oh, Gregory, you're the host now.
Oh, you know what? My phone was dialed in when I tested the text message an hour ago,
And he was blaming me.
and we're trying to figure out why are we in there 3 times when there's only 2 of us?
Why don't you go Facebook Live?
Okay,
We're gonna-
well, we're almost over.
No, we got a few more minutes.
Okay.
So who else actually is using the app and having some wonderful results?
And the cards and just anything with the
Yes, the card.
DMO.
Yeah, we really want to hear the results from the cards. We're sending out cards every day. So we'd love to hear what you're experiencing with the cards. Should we stop sending them out?
I've been using, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, if no one's going to talk, I'll talk. I am having a blast using the app. And Gregory's kind of on my case because I have so many people in their notifications. Would you work on those? But they're converting And when I share with people the story of how much time it takes, literally under 2 minutes to send like 3 messages or less. Once they're in the system, it's boom, boom, boom. And I'm getting people signing up. So I've had several signups this week. I started out with someone who was a customer. He got his patches. He felt them right away. He called me back and he said, "Is there a business opportunity here?" How fun is that kind of call? So exciting. And then I got another referral from yesterday, and that one turned into a new person. And it's so fun to have something that takes so little time. And you customize, what I typically do to people when I'm sending it out is excuse me, say I want to send out a brief overview. It's only 3 minutes. And then then I'm going to send out an 18-minute because it'll share the benefits for you. Because people always want to know the benefits. And I know if they watch that 18-minute one, they call me back a lot of times. So isn't it fun to get the calls back? Say, well, can I share this with people? And is there a business here? And sign me up. So I've had all that this week
That's
from
great.
the app.
So who else is having some experience or questions? Yeah, go
I
ahead,
have a-
Michelle.
I have a question. So Robin, yes, I agree. Robin and Gregory, it's quick, it's easy. I love the feedback from the system. It doesn't take a lot of time except, and this is the part I want to hear what you guys do, Robin and Gregory and anyone else. It's that initial call. Helen and Tim, we can hear you. It's that initial call when you ask them if they're interested. It's that initial, like, if someone, especially someone that you haven't talked to in a really long time, like you're not going to say, "Hi, I have a great business." You want to do the touch base. How are you? How's the family? So what have you guys found in terms of that initial reaching out to people in terms of,
I'm going to share my screen just briefly for those of you who are on video can see it. And this is in the Facebook page. It's the last item. It'll be the top item in the file section. I don't think it's been put in a unit section yet, but this is a new document I created about a week ago, the daily method of operation. And I'll just walk through it again based on your question. And it's just as you said, Michelle, first you want to connect heart to heart before you present. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Wow. How, small talk, whatever we connect on, whether it's, spirituality, health, politics, love, life, religion, anything, right? Whatever we connect on, children, dogs, connect. And then you just want to kind of drop a hint and pique their interest. Hopefully you've set the stage that they're going to say, "And how's things going with you?" And that's the opportunity if you say, really, really well. I came across this major breakthrough in affordable stem cell technology. And I think I'm growing younger. I just feel like I'm getting younger every day. Every day, instead of getting a day older, I'm getting a day younger. And they say, "Really?" So I think it's just a matter, the most amazing thing, I haven't been able to raise my shoulder above my hand above my head for 5 years. We heard from somebody last week about that. And after 5 days, I can do it. So you're either going to drop a phrase about affordable stem cell technology or tell a story and say, "Hey, I'd love to send you a short video." And so I don't know how does that feel or fit, or is,
that's beautiful, Gregory. That's perfect. I think I and everyone else probably could use that reminder. I think with me, because I am such a connector and such a relationship oriented person, that sometimes that thing can take maybe half an hour, or longer. So I think it's a matter of like connecting with someone and saying, "Hey, do you have some time? Do you have some time to talk?" And make sure, and maybe not go, do you have 15 minutes?
Right.
Maybe set a little parameter.
And depending on who you're talking to, I know one of Kai's success principles that he's talked to us about is he'll connect briefly, but then he'll say, "Hey, look, I've only got a few minutes and the reason I'm calling."
Okay.
So, you can reel it back in and be targeted, but after you connect, it's like you don't lay it on them on the first, first paragraph, but you don't have to wait a half hour either, because
Right,
your time is valuable. So you can reel it in and zero it in, or, and somewhere in between. But if you got a list of 10 calls to make and you spend a half hour on each one, that's 5 hours worth of call. So,
Thank you. Good reminders. Thank you, Gregory.
okay. Who else has thoughts or questions or success with their sharing they'd like to share?
Gregory, you had mentioned the other day the power of 3 conversations versus 1. So
Yeah.
Tuesday night, I was just gunning for that 3rd conversation and made a cold call. We didn't have time to connect, and she was with a patient, I guess, animal patient. And so the next day she phoned, and then we did a 3-way call with a horse expert. And then, I'm calling her this afternoon, not this afternoon, but after this call, because she really needs, she was praying for an answer for her horse. So it really works. Thank you for mentioning that, but the difference between 3 and 1 a day.
Yeah, beautiful. That's great, Ravel. And it's interesting. If the law of attraction works, that's the secret. And if you haven't watched the movie The Secret, you must watch it. And it's all about the magic of the law of attraction and living a life with intention and living your day with intention. If your day, and living on your phone with intention, that my intention is connecting with someone who needs what I have to offer. So you're kind of putting it out there for the angels, the universe, and however it works out there in the vast field of synchronicity and infinity, that you connect with people, it sounds like exactly what happened with you, Ravel. She was praying and you are an answer to her prayer. And isn't that a wonderful feeling?
And Ravel, I don't know if you were on Dr. Nicholas's call yesterday, but there were some success stories on the horses.
Thank you, Helen.
Yeah.
Great.
I have a question.
Yeah, okay, Stacy.
I know that you've shared this before, so it's kind of a repeat, but I'm talking with people and they're wanting me to send them the videos and they seem to be very interested. So I do, but they don't watch them.
Okay.
So
It's very common. That's why, Robin doesn't like when I say this. She thinks there's a
don't.
better way to say
don't.
it, but I'm going to say it anyway.
I
The
don't.
hardest part of the business is getting people to watch the videos.
So let's reframe that. What I find to work really well, Stacy, and everybody else, is taking the time and being curious enough to find out what they want better in their health. And if they tell you very specifically, and then if they say, well, I'm feeling great, I said, well, are you experiencing any of the signs or symptoms of the aging process? And then they'll say, well, these wrinkles aren't making me really happy. If you can target something that's very specific for them,
WIIFM
and
radio
then
station.
say in the video I'm going to share with you, it's going to talk about the benefit of how your skin, how your body's going to be producing more collagen. Aches and pains will kind of melt away. The fine lines and wrinkles, really get specific to them. And
Mhm.
then I think they'll watch.
thank you.
Yeah, and I said that kind of quickly, but I hope everybody knows that radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me? It's everybody's favorite radio station. They want to know what's in it for me. So that's really the next step in the refinement of, and now go back to the guy thing of fishing. Okay, you're using a better bait.
Fishing, I like fishing.
You're using better bait because you're finding out, if you can point out if they're having an issue. And I love that, you experiencing any signs or symptoms of aging, and it kind of gets a chuckle out of everybody, except my teenage grandkids, they don't laugh about that. They think it's very cool, but most of us that are boomers and, don't think the aging process is so cool. Okay. It's really not.
And I learned something from a very, very successful speaker who uses humor very intentionally. Because I went to a talk of his and I said, DeWitt, how do you change people's lives in an hour? How do you get so deep so fast? He goes, I use humor very intentionally. And he knows what people are going to laugh at. And once people laugh, there's an openness that happens. And when they're open, that's when he puts in the zinger. So when, when someone says, I'm starting to creak all over the place. And so, after you ask about the signs and symptoms of the aging process and they laugh, and then you add that piece about, whoa, we've heard so many people that those things are just gone. You'll hear about it in this 18-minute video. So just really be specific to what they want.
And to add on that, Stacy, what I found is 1 out of 3 people will watch the video in the first pass, if you're lucky. If you can get if you send it to 3 people and one person watches it without a second nudge, you did good. Okay. And so, but if you give those 3 people a second nudge, you'll probably get a second one to watch it. And if you give a third nudge, the third one may never watch it, no matter how many nudges, and you just write them off. But you need to nudge people. That's the beauty of the app, is when they didn't, as well as knowing when they did. So if they didn't in 24 hours, and Jim talks about that, how to address it. He gives some verbiage in the training from yesterday. I was just checking in. He says, even though they didn't watch it, you're giving them an easy out. I'm just checking in, see if you had a chance to watch that video. I know we're all real busy, and they didn't, but they go, no, I didn't, but I'm going to. So.
And something that I've done, if they haven't watched it, send it with a message that says, I know how busy you are. And I just wanted to make it really easy for you to have access to this video.
Yeah.
And I sent it a second time.
Yeah.
And that's work too.
Cool. Great question. Thanks, Stacy.
Good stuff, you guys.
We got 2 or 3 more minutes. We're a little bit over.
We do.
We started a little late. This is a 20-minute call, not a 30-minute call. Any last comments?
Yeah, I just wanted to share that, I hear people say, I don't want to bother people. But on the other hand, like Robin, when you said like, oh, you're so busy. I know everybody's busy, but I thought I'd make it easy for you. A lot of times, you'll get that appreciation of that you cared enough to help them, to go ahead and open the
Yeah. And I'll just, don't think of it that way. I don't want to bother people. I know you don't,
Right.
Ellen, but some people do.
I'm saying a lot of people think that.
I know you don't, because
No.
like we know, we're not bothering people. We're offering them something wonderful,
Right.
and it's really, we're abrogating our responsibility to not talk about it. So.
And Gregory uses this term that I think is really good, because a lot of people come from this place of, I don't want to be a pest. I don't want to be like those networkers that people go, there they are again. But there's a term he uses called being professionally persistent. And I think if you do it professionally, I know I really appreciate when people follow up, because I watch myself during the day of, getting distracted here or there, something pops up, it takes me another direction. And if someone can bring me back, I appreciate it. So we are professionals in the way that we handle it. We're not hammering on people. We're just being professionally persistent.
So we've kind of gone over our time. Any last minute thoughts, questions, or comments before we bring this call to a wrap this morning? Silence is consent, as the old saying goes, or the new saying. So
Very
beautiful.
helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, great call. Thanks everyone for participating. And
do let people know about Andrea tomorrow. If you haven't ever been exposed to her work, you can go to her website, goforno.com.
Mhm.
And there's lots of free resources and things there. And bottom line, and you'll hear me say this tomorrow, is the most successful people in every field hear no more than other people. So become friends with the word no. Okay?
All right.
Yes. Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes. No, no, no. yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
That's to know.
Sometimes they-
Bye.
you
Bye,
can,
everyone.
you
Have
can
a
kind of
beautiful day.
expect, and a lot of times you can kind of expect people to say no. And then you're like, oh, I'm just kind of curious. What do you say no about? You haven't even looked,
Exactly.
right?
We don't even know what they're saying no to.
What are you saying no to?
It's actually one of my very favorite lines in network marketing when people say, no, I'm not interested. And I said, at least see what you're saying no to.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
It's a powerful
You
line.
owe it to yourself to understand what you're saying
At
no
least see
to.
what you're saying no to. Take 3 minutes.
All
Well,
right.
we're glad we said yes.
That's right.
Exactly.
So are we.
Too.
So am I.
God bless y'all. Have a beautiful day.
Have a beautiful
Uh-huh.
day.
Bye.
Me too.
Enjoy the day. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.